Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome to. Oh, that shouldn't be up. That banner is a mistake. I should have taken that down. You don't see that. You don't see that. Okay, it's gone. All right. Thanks for coming, everyone. We're going to have a great show tonight. I have Crypto Atlas, Generation Crypto, and RJ. I will bring them up in just a second. I have been getting a lot of DMs from people asking me where my videos are. Where have I been? Just so you know, I am actually a film director. YouTube isn't my full-time job, so I have been working on a film that I've been trying to get done. It will be done in the next couple of weeks. So as soon as that's done, I plan on producing a lot more content for this channel. So I apologize for my absence because I've been busy like heck. But anyway, let's bring up the talent because I'm not talented at all. And let's bring up Crypto Atlas. How's it going, buddy?
Oh, it's going good. How
All
are
right,
you?
and that's good to hear. And we're going to bring up Generation Crypto next. How's it going?
How's it going, guys?
Good. And unfortunately, RJ is not eating today, but we still brought him up. Normally, he has cereal in his mouth when I bring him onto the show, but this time he is good. How's it going, RJ?
What's up, everyone?
What's going on, guys? All right, so we're gonna have a structured show today. If you're in the comments and you want to throw out a super chat, we're just gonna get to them right away. So if you do a super chat, I'm just gonna go right to it. We're not gonna do the whole like coordinated thing where it comes up and then we're gonna come back to it. We'll just go right to it in the middle of our talking. I'll cut someone off. I'll be rude, whatever. But for the most part, we're gonna have a structured show where I'm gonna go through all the topics today. So the first topic we're going to, oh yeah, before I get started, if you're in this channel, just smash that like button and share this with all your friends. That's my little logo that I give, and make sure you do that because I'm going to take this ticker off, but don't forget to smash that like button. All right, we're getting right into the nuts and bolts. SafeMoon shutdown trading for 24 hours to remove the LP. Just want to get your guys' thoughts from it. First, we're going to swing on over to RJ because he was looking down, and then we're going to scroll around the table here and see your thoughts on the 24-hour shut. Or no, actually, wait, that's wrong. Isn't it 48 hours? Oh, boy. So what do you think of the 48-hour shutdown? I will edit that, but just your thoughts on it, RJ.
How are you going to edit it? It's live.
Oh, I can edit it. I'm the best. I'm the best. And let's go. Now we're back to oh, we lost RJ. Okay, so now we're not going to go to RJ because he's disappeared. We're going to go to we're going to go to Crypto Atlas. How do you feel about the SafeMoon shutdown for 48 hours?
Hello?
Don't worry. RJ will be back in 48 hours from now. No, I'm just kidding. So no, the fact that they're shutting this down and we're making the next steps forward, I would rather them make sure that everything is as likely to succeed as possible, right? So if they need to have some downtime so that other people aren't trying to take advantage of things, by all means. We've been having some very historic low volume. Only as of recently have we seen some kind of spikes up. But traditionally speaking, on a per day basis, we've been seeing between $2 to $4 million of trading volume for SafeMoon. And that's factoring in with the swap where you have different partners that come in. And then when they do their trades, 0.25% of those transactions does contribute over to the SafeMoon ecosystem. So it does have some sort of an impact on the volume. We have to acknowledge that. The markets themselves are just now starting to rally back a little bit. We're starting to have people kind of calm down with stuff that's going on with the war, kind of getting acclimated to everything. So the 48-hour time period, I think people should go into this and expect that it's probably going to be 3 to 5 days. That's what I've been kind of mentioning in my videos. They said, more specifically Ryan, 48 hours, but then you also have to wait back to hear from Android and from Apple. You know how a SafeMoon team likes to work. They try to get it out at the same time for everyone, so it's all kind of uniform across the board. But, by all means, if they need to shut this down for 2 days, everything we've gone through over the last 6-9 months, this is the least frustrating thing that I've had in the recent terms of things. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, take your time, do a couple days, let's go, get the cross chain up. What I really hope from this is that they get Bitcoin added soon. I keep saying that over and over and over again. You add a cross chain functionality. We have a wallet. We do not have Bitcoin listed on there. We're really falling short in that regard. I know John had mentioned that he wants to get added in, potentially Avalanche and Polygon next. I'm great with that. Cool. We got to set some priorities. I hope that in the very near future, we do see Bitcoin and Dogecoin. Both of those were part of the roadmap. Both of those were part of the community space, lots of discussions. More than anything, though, Bitcoin being the #1 biggest crypto, we got to have that supported.
Yeah, that's a pretty good answer. I was hoping for Bitcoin too. I don't actually own any Bitcoin, but who knows? Maybe that'll be one of the other chains that they add after Polygon and AVAX, which is probably something we're going to be talking about later. In fact, not probably. I know we are because I brought that into the topics. Anyway, Generation Crypto, let's get your take on it. And then hopefully by that time, RJ will get out of the blockchain or wherever he decided to fly off to.
Hello?
Oh, whoa. We hear you, but we can't see you, my friend.
All right, let me leave and I'll come back.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Generation Crypto.
All right. Well, following that, yeah. So when it comes to the trading for 48 hours, obviously they got to work on some things on the back end to get the swap functional for the multi-swap features that they'll be implementing. So, like, I think Atlas made really good points. They say 48 hours. It could be just 48 hours. It could be a little bit sooner, but I would expect it to be a little bit longer. So expect it to be down 3 or 4 days, maybe even 5 days for them to get everything implemented, just because of the track record that they've had as a dev team with as far as their timelines go. But yeah, I think that it's important that they obviously have the shutdown so they can get the implementations that they need to get put into the swap so that it's going to be more functional for the things they want to implement in the future, like the different cross-chain compatibilities they're going to want to integrate and all of the other features they need to do. So it sounds like they're doing a lot of heavy lifting on the back end. And obviously it sounds like they need to shut it down for all of that to be able to go into effect. So, yeah, I don't know what else there really is other to say than if you're trying to buy SafeMoon and you're wondering why you can't buy, trade, or sell, it's simply because they're doing upgrades. It's not because the project rug pulled. It's not because there's some sort of major break in the system. It's just because they're doing feature upgrades.
RJ, you were into a lot of different DeFi projects. Have you ever seen another scheduled halting of trading for an upgrade? And do you think they're going to come back bigger and better when they're done with this?
Can you guys hear me? Am I good?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can see you, buddy.
You can see me? Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, so yes, I am part of a lot of different DeFi projects, and I've seen, like, currently right now, I'm part of a launch that was scheduled today, and that didn't go as planned, right? They had to halt it for about an hour, and then, there's other projects that we're involved in where it's been actually paused for about 2 weeks now. So, expect issues, right? That's the best thing I can always say is, expect the worst. That way, if it's less than 40 hours, if it's 40 hours, then it's all a bonus from there. But if it's longer than that, it's kind of expected, simply because, like Generation said, we don't have a bright track record, but it's just DeFi in general. It's not just SafeMoon. I've been part of many projects now where ICO launches are super delayed. DEXs are paused it was supposed to be for a week, but now it's 2 weeks. It happens, right? So there's a lot of overhaul going on the back end. Obviously, we would rather like to see it done correctly than broken. So that's my thoughts on that.
Yeah, I agree with everyone. I think I don't think it's going to be 48 hours too. I think it might be a little bit longer than that. And the reason why I brought this up is because I want people to not be scared about it. Don't think that anything is going wrong. Just think that they're making sure that it's right before it comes back on. And because it is such a big upgrade, this isn't like a little thing. This is a big thing. This is going to change the way that everything works inside the wallet. And supposedly the wallet's getting a much bigger upgrade to go with it as well. And you never know, we might have some hidden features that come with it for the birthday that they didn't tell us about yet. So don't get worried if it does last longer than 48 hours. Just give them time to work on it. I think what RJ brought up before that, the project that he was looking into was delayed for like 2 weeks. So, and now they're going and everything is back. Oh, we got Adam. Adam popped in, and now they're back on track with everything, I suppose. But yeah, don't be worried about it. Yeah, that's my thoughts on it as well.
Yeah, just to add on that, Tim, if you don't mind me,
No, go ahead.
it's natural for a lot of people to assume the worst, whether that's SafeMoon, whether that's another project, and people don't like uncertainty. It is a natural human emotion. All we're saying here is if it's longer than 48 hours, don't fret, don't panic, right? This is not the worst we've seen. We know that this is coming. We know that this is scheduled. So if at 48 hours they deem that, they run tests and they need some more time, just don't panic. We know how people get, right? So just kind of chill out, take this opportunity to kind of just get out and get some fresh air. That's what I say.
Awesome. Hey, Adam, what's going on, buddy? Can you hear us? We cannot hear you, but
I hope
welcome
Adam
to
runs
the
into
show.
the same technical difficulties I did.
We cannot hear you, Adam, but when we can hear you, I will say hi to you and you can say hi back. Can you hear me? Nod if you can hear me, Adam. Ooh. So he can hear us, but we can't hear him.
Blink twice for yes, once for no.
We can't hear you, Adam.
Ooh, yes.
We see your lips moving.
Ooh. You know what? I kind of like this part of Adam. We should do a segment where we try to make him answer a question. We try to read in his lips and see what he's actually saying. All right, Adam, so we're going to try to read your lips for this. What do you think of the SafeMoon shutdown trading for 48 hours? I'm going to talk for Adam as he talks in real life. So let's go.
You read my mind.
Ha ha ha, guys. Ha 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 ha, guys. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so we think Adam thinks it's a joke. Ooh, what's up, guys? Team Adam Bergman here. Where's my cat? Where'd I put him? This is my broom. Why do I have that in the frame? Okay, all right. I'll let you work on your audio. We're gonna get on to the next thing.
Adam, check your output on your computer and on actual StreamYard.
Yeah, and if you can, you could bounce out and bounce back in. All right, guys. So right now, here's the next thing. Screenshot of the onboarding for the SafeMoon exchange. I'm sorry about that. So you guys saw it. It was leaked. What do you guys think? Do you like the look of it? And my next question to go with this is, do you think that the SafeMoon exchange, the centralized exchange, will be in addition to the app, or you'll have to only use it for a computer? So your thoughts. And let's go with Generation Crypto to start.
Mixing it up, huh? Yeah, so as far as the screenshot goes, obviously I think that's just their first renderings of what they're hoping it'll kind of look like thematically. I don't think there's any code or structure behind that quite yet. They've mentioned that it's going to be a few months out. So I think people are building up a little bit of a false sense of hope that this means the exchange is, right. It's going to be the last thing we get in March, or it's right around the corner in April. Obviously I don't know, but just from the track record, what we've been told on Discord, what we've been told in AMAs, it sounds like the exchange is a little ways out. I wouldn't expect that to really Q3 of this year, if I'm being 100% honest, to see the exchange come out based on what they've told us. So this to me looks like the screenshots that we got are an early rendering of what we can expect to see when we get to the exchange. And they're getting the thematics figured out on the front end for the UI. And then, of course, the code will come as they get past all the regulation issues and as they get things figured out with their blockchain. Awesome.
All right, Atlas, let's ask you the same question, but let me ask you, how do you think of the look? Do you feel like it's in touch of everything else? Do you think it's part of the ecosystem look that they're trying to drive? And what do you think of the whole look of it? And are you excited for the exchange?
Visually, it looks professional. It looks like it conveys the main points that it needs to. Unfortunately, we only got to see one of, I think it was 4 steps, correct? Because it was 25% filled. And if I remember correctly, there were 4 steps. So we didn't get to see what kind of criteria that they're going to be requesting for the other aspects. I saw the image of the person at the very top, for example, and I don't know if that's just a placeholder, even when they launch and go live, just to kind of give an idea that, hey, KYC is to try and identify more about who you are. Or if that's going to be something where, like on a lot of platforms, you have to verify who you are by sending in a picture, but this system will actually have a picture that's saved to your profile. When we look at things like SafeMoon Connect, if you're going to be able to provide people with a handle name, just as an example, you might be able to tie in an avatar with that as well. And I don't know if everything's just going to kind of communicate between those. Visually, it looks good. It's nothing like, oh my gosh, this is the most amazing registration page I've ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? I got to go knock on my neighbor's door and show them, kind of a thing. But I think that it's a step in the right direction. And from what we understand recently, they're just basically in the brainstorming stage with a lot of the stuff with the exchange. And I think it ultimately, as far as its integration goes with the SafeMoon wallet, I would like to see personally a tab you could click on to be able to redirect over. So, like a D app, for example. But realistically, they're probably going to make a separate app. It just kind of separates in case there's issues with one. If you want to do an app update, we already know that there can be some struggles with that, right? If you go through Apple or for Android, can you imagine if you have everything built into one specific app, and then one thing kind of starts to go wrong, then you just basically knock the whole system offline, potentially, depending on what kind of circumstances are going on with this. So personally, I'd like to see 2 apps. However, if it was through the actual wallet itself, you had a button you could click, it pulls up a browser page on your phone so that you get redirected over there, or the ability to pull over the other apps, something like that would be great, because then anyone that's using the wallet that's kind of out of sight, out of mind about the existence of the exchange, which there will be people. We just have to admit there will be people. It might be a minority of people, but there will be people like that. They're at least aware now that there is an exchange that they could go and use.
Awesome. RJ, why do you think they posted that screenshot of the exchange? That would be my question. I know you saw it, but why do you think they posted that? Your thoughts?
Well, I just want to clarify. We're talking about the please complete KYC verification screenshot.
Yeah. Why do you think they leaked it? Why do you think they posted it to even begin with? Do you think it's closer than we expect? Now, I know John said in the Mooncast that it's not coming until next month. Someone told me that it will be an April Fool's joke and it'll be dropped on April 1st. But my thoughts is, why do you think they teased us with that screenshot? To show us that there's progress, or?
I would say so. It's a little bit of a mixture of things. I think it's to show progress for sure, and I also think it's to build a little bit of hype. You know, you don't want. let me be clear, right? And let me be transparent. It's no surprise that some of the community members, I mean, take a look at Twitter, take a look at Reddit, that some people are frustrated, right? So it would even be worse, in my opinion, if they just went radio silent, especially on the birthday month. So I think it's a combination of 2 things. One, they are showing that they are making progress. Cool. Here's a screenshot of this KYC, right? It has all our colors, and it looks on par with whatever colors they're trying to go for. And to build up a little bit of hype, right? Hey, here's the exchange. It's on its way. Here's a teaser of it, and more to come. Whether or not I think we will see that in April, I don't think so. But I'm more aligned with what Generation is saying. We might not see till Q3, simply because we don't know where they are in the regulation side of things. We don't know where they are in the front end developing side of things. All we saw was a teaser about a KYC, right? Where Atlas just said that it's 2 out of 4 completed in there. So they need to fill out their street address, the documents, and verify. But who knows? Like I said, I'd rather expect the worst and be pleasantly surprised if it does come out sooner.
Good answer. Yeah, I mean, I saw that. I saw the screenshot. I was like, good. They are telling people that they are working on it. They're showing that they have progress on the design of it, the simplicity of it. They're showing you the process that it will be going through, just to keep you guys up to date on things that will be coming out. When it will come out, that's a great question. No one really knows. Like I said, people were telling me it's coming out on April 1st. I don't believe that, but if it does, then April Fool on me, right? But I do like how it looks, and it's pretty uniformed with everything else that they have going on, especially the dark mode inside their wallet. So that's my thoughts on it. Okay, so what surprise do you think is left this month from SafeMoon and their birthday month? Now, we know that they are working on a cross-chain router system that's being implemented right now as we speak. That's why the trading is down. But what else do you think that they might possibly do or add to this upgrade that we don't know about yet? So let's go to Crypto Atlas first.
Their treasury wallet has about $30 million in it, correct? So in that wallet, if they're going to be using this for team building, for marketing purposes, and they've been doing a lot of networking, they're kind of trying to finalize some current steps as far as this month goes, as well as moving into the next major stages, which would be the SafeMoon card, the SafeMoon exchange. I think one thing that is probable is us finding out what they kind of have in the works of handling for some of that money. If they don't give us any information on that, that's okay, because let's be real. What do they really have to market at the moment? So if they get ready to drop something, let's say next month, they could also say, hey, not only do we have this thing coming, but we're going to have TV spots, or we're going to have billboards over here, or we're expanding our team in this region. The registrations that they have for the various exchanges, I would love personally to find out some information on the exchange. I don't think that we're close to the exchange, just based on what John had kind of said previously, making it look like it's about 3+ months out. And I think that was said about a month ago or so. So we're looking at second, maybe third quarter, maybe longer if certain circumstances come up. But they showed us visually this KYC element. So it's to give us a little bit of an appetizer, right? And if this is supposed to be a hype month and they're supposed to give us lots of presents of things, a great present would be an actual progress report on what they have planned with that exchange, how it'll work, where it'll be registered or available to access, right? Once it goes live, we've already done these applications. We can be able to access it here in the United States, the United Kingdom, over in Lithuania. And, if you could give us a list of countries that are compatible with it, I think a lot more people can get excited behind something like that to say, hey, you said that you did the applications, but now it's starting to sound a little bit more real. You're giving us more specifics, which makes it more of a reality. I would love to see that personally.
You're muted.
Hi, guys. My name is Tim. I make movies. I do YouTube. Ah, la, la, la. I'm crazy.
I muted myself because the shower went on. Generation Crypto, do you think, I don't know what's going on. The cat ran into the litter box, jumped in the shower, turned it on. I don't know what's going on. Generation Crypto, there is an NFT tab within the wallet itself. Do you think that they could revert to sell, or in this upgrade that they can add an NFT purchase area within the wallet? Do you think that's something that could be coming, a connection to Naughty Knots with this upgrade?
So we know there's been a lot of issues, especially with Apple when it comes to NFT integration, because Apple wants to take its cut of the share, right? And so that's always been an issue when it comes to crypto. There's a lot of lawsuits that have been going on around that. So I don't know, unless they worked out a deal that Apple is going to just take a large cut of that. That potentially could happen, but there's a lot of things going on legally behind the scenes that I don't see them doing that right now. When it comes to anything else that's going on the rest of the month, I don't see anything major. I don't see the exchange or blockchain, which are the two biggest things we're waiting for. I don't see this coming out till Q3, potentially Q4. On the blockchain side, I think the exchange will come a little bit earlier, probably earlier Q3. So none of that stuff is going to be coming anytime soon the rest of the month. So what I expect is we could potentially see a UI overhaul. That's been something that's been promised a while back. So I could definitely see some integration changes on how the wallet looks, maybe even testing how that would look with if they decide to do the exchange in the same app or they do a different app. They could be trying to test different avenues and what they want to do with that and releasing a new UI to kind of see what we feel about that type of integration. So we'll see. I'm not certain, but I don't think we're going to get anything major or mind-blowing the last 8 days here of the month. But what I do expect is something like a UI change. Maybe they will release the Naughty Knots. I just don't know how they're going to get that to work with the issues that Apple has currently on iPhone. Maybe it will be Android exclusive, but at the same time, I don't see them doing that either. So I think it's just going to be a UI overhaul, maybe more announcements for things to come in the future.
RJ, you like stake. Do you think there's a possibility that they can add a staking feature inside the wallet with this upgrade? And if so, how difficult would it be for them to do so?
Interesting. I don't think that there will be a staking feature.
But you like stake. Why not? Why not add stake for RJ?
I absolutely love stake. but that's not the question, Jim. You said I love stake, but do I see SafeMoon integrating a staking feature? I just don't. I really don't.
Okay, you really don't.
I mean, I'm trying to think of a technical way, that they would do it, because obviously without the blockchain, they can't do the traditional form of staking. So it would have to be,
Can I pitch an idea?
Yeah, go right ahead.
What about Brew Labs? Brew Labs has been starting to make partnerships with other projects that are on the Binance Smart Chain, which is what SafeMoon is. And I've used them now for 2 different projects. So I don't know if they have something potentially in the works of discussion there. But, if you could stake SafeMoon through a third-party service that already provides elements like that, and it proves that it has a working function, maybe they could go that kind of route.
I'm actually not familiar with Brew Labs. I'd have to take a look at them.
You're gonna have to check it out now, RJ.
Yeah.
All right.
So are they taking SafeMoon's already verified tokens, Atlas, and using it to help?
Brew Labs has vetted tokens, so there would have to be some sort of an agreement between the parties. But for example, MetaBUSD, I have it staked there, and you actually have two options that they present you. You can either do a 30-day time period for staking, or you can do a 90-day period. The APRs are actually identified for each of the projects. It shows you lots of statistics, how many people are currently doing the staking, elements. There's a lot that's there that they provide as a resource tool. I've spoken with a couple other developers that have looked at their services and had them kind of included in the panel when I've done like these weekly Unite DeFi roundtable spaces. And yeah, I mean, it seems like what they've been building is a very valuable tool asset. And I don't know if SafeMoon just wants to build something internally, but if they want to provide services sooner, they could go a route like Brew Labs, which is already dealing with the same chain.
Interesting.
You like steak, RJ. You like it, damn it. Tim
I
says.
love steak, man.
All right, let's get on to the next topic. The next topic is, now this isn't going to probably be this topic won't last long, and I apologize if that's spelled incorrectly, but I just typed it in really quick. Treasury wallet reflections stopped. This is something that there was some FUD getting passed around, and I wanted to get your take on it. Obviously, SafeMoon saw what was being said, and they stopped it. And what do you think that says when they see something like that and they react to it so quickly? And since we picked you last, RJ, let's start with you first. How do you think that looks for SafeMoon to realize that that was an issue and then they immediately stopped it?
Twofold, right? One, amazing job that they saw it and they addressed it. My second question would be more so just like a critical thinking exercise, right? Why was it on in the first place?
Okay, that's a great question. Maybe, do you think that they did not know it was on, or do you think they knew it was on and then they got caught with their hand in the cookie jar? I guess that's the question you're trying to raise right here. Right?
Let's bring it to the roundtable. What do you guys think?
What do you think, Generation? Do you think that this was something that they didn't know about, and how do you think it looks on them that they just went and they stopped it when it was brought up?
I'm kind of on the same page as RJ. I would assume that when you're programming something like that, you're getting a wallet, especially holding that amount of money. You're going to notice the reflections are going into it. The amounts are going up according to the reflections itself, right? And if you have any reasonable accountant involved that's going to be keeping track of that money, because they got to know where the money is, where it's going, what it's doing, they would know that they were receiving reflections over the course of that time. So I think the idea of just saying, oh, well, we didn't know it was receiving reflections, when a wallet's that large and it's receiving that large of a portion of reflections, you definitely know that it's receiving them. So even if you didn't initially remember or you just didn't think about it, you definitely would have seen that over time it was getting those reflections, whether when it was initially set up it was recognized or not, right? I think it would have been one thing if it had just been handled on their own without anyone talking about it, and then people found out after the fact, oh, look, the reflections were turned on for the first 2 days of the existence of this wallet, and it was later turned off. I could definitely see something along the lines of, oh, we had to set it up, we didn't intend for there to be receiving reflections, and it got turned off, right? And to me, that's good. And the fact that they listened to the community and the community said, hey, this is an issue for us. We don't want this to be we think this is an issue. And it got addressed and they turned it off, I think is a good thing as well. So I can't speak for them and what their thoughts were, but I think it one of two ways. Either A, they got their hands caught in the cookie jar, like RJ mentioned. They had the reflections on as a way to earn extra money, and people noticed it and they went, oh crap, that looks bad, and they turned it off, right? And the other side I could see of that is that they didn't see anything that was wrong with it. Like there was no malicious intent. They're just like, oh, well, we're just going to set up a wallet. It'll get reflections, and that just means that's more funding for us to do the things that we want to do. And it could have been totally just there's no malicious intent. They just wanted to do it that way. And when it was received badly by a large portion of people, they said, okay, maybe this could become a bad optic. I agree. We should get that back to the holders, and they turned it off. So it's hard to say definitively what their thought process was. Personally, I don't necessarily think anything was maliciously intended by it, but I can see why it becomes a bad optic for a lot of people.
Yeah, I personally think that it may have been a programming thing. They didn't think anything of it. they programmed it on and said, yeah, that could be some extra money for us as a company. And then when people saw it and they said, yo, this is not right, then they're like, well, I guess we understand that it looks bad. You know what? You're right. Let's just turn it off. Atlas, how do you feel about the whole situation? I mean, I personally like that they stopped it. They saw that people were having an issue with it, and they brought it up, and they're just like, boom, turned it off. So Atlas, I'm gonna get your opinion on it.
Well, I think it looks bad for the company either way, right? So on one hand, like you roll out that kind of function, you've got all these different wallet holders who are trying to earn as many reflections as we can, especially in a bear market. And you're scraping by. You look at your balance per day and you're counting up how much dollar value that is. And you're like, this is nowhere near what I thought it was going to be, right? So you've already got people that are doing kind of self-disappointment, and then they find out that the treasury wallet, which is for the company, that already has $30 million in it. You can do a lot of stuff with $30 million. You could also not do some pretty big things with $30 million. So it's this weird middle grounds where I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, what was their intent behind this? Are they actually looking to hit a specific goal? Do they have a partnership, an acquisition that they're trying to do? I said this in one of my videos. Imagine you had an acquisition of a business that you could do, that they already have all the tools and services available for you, but it's going to cost you $25 million to acquire it. If your whole budget, everything you have is $30 million, you might be like, well, we have that opportunity. We just don't have the money, especially right now with the market itself. So we're going to kind of pay our overhead, and this will just kind of cover some of our grounds moving forward, right? But like, you look at it either way. If they knew about it, then they should have realized that people would be upset with the fact that they have the transaction fees that they're earning plus the reflectionary rewards, when there's an opportunity that those rewards could go to other people.
Here's my question to you. Do you think people would care if the price was mooning? If the price was up to like 10 cents, do you think people even would have cared that
Yes.
wallet was gaining reflections?
Yes, because
Okay.
if it went up, if it was significantly higher for price, the volume, we wouldn't be looking at $15,000 on like a daily basis that the treasury wallet is earning. We'd be looking at like it's earning $2 million in reflectionary rewards per day. That's $2 million that could have gone to everyone else. Look at how upset people are over $15,000. You take $15,000 and you try and divvy that up amongst the rest of the wallet holders, it's going to be pennies. It's peanuts, right? So people are upset, frankly, at our current circumstances of such a minute amount that they're no longer claiming, that allows the rest of us to have a bigger portion of the pie. If it was a higher dollar value, people would be screaming even more.
Right. Okay. All right.
But I'm
cool.
glad they took it out. I mean, people on Reddit talked about it. I made a video about it. I don't know if you guys talked about it publicly or not, but I wasn't trying to create FUD or anything. I was like, look, this is what the community is saying. The team for SafeMoon doesn't seem to have a public answer at the moment on it. We hope that they're going to address it soon. Here's a clue that suggests that we might hear something soon. Like those little kinds of things. And then what they do, they just like changed it almost overnight from when it really blew up on the information on Reddit.
RJ, you want to?
Yeah, I want to make sure I didn't miss anything either. Did they, after they turned off that function, did they have public communication or anything? Did we hear anything?
I didn't hear anything. I saw that they turned it off from Safe Moon Warrior's Twitter page. So he tweeted it out that it was shut off. So I didn't hear anything from Safe Moon saying that they turned it off themselves. I guess someone went in there and noticed that it was off, screenshot it, and sent it to Safe Moon Warrior, and he posted it. And, I mean, I think that was one of those things, is the way that I didn't bring this topic up to try to spread FUD or anything, or to bring any negativity on the project. And I just want people to know that I just want people to know that, there was an issue, that it was resolved. And, not everything is what people are saying that it is. We don't know exactly the situation behind it. We all have different feelings on why it is the way it is, but, it happened and they turned it off. And that's something we have to just address. I think it's good that they turned it off. It would have been nice if they said, hey, look, yeah, we realized that it was on. We saw that you guys were upset by it. We turned it off. Maybe we're going to do like the refund of the $15,000 in reflections, or throw it into the burn, something to that effect. But it was an issue that I thought I should bring up on the show just so we can talk about it, because it was brought up in the spaces and stuff, and I did see it on brought up on Twitter, and it was also brought up on Reddit. So, but it is one of those things.
Do you mind if I touch on that really quick?
No, go right ahead.
So Ryan on his personal account addressed this because someone had mentioned and asked him, shouting about on Twitter, like, hey, what are you guys going to do about this? And they asked, are you guys going to fix this? And he replied to somebody that it was done. So they did mention that it was changed on Ryan's personal account. And it was mentioned today during the water cooler when Ryan was a guest on there today. They talked about that, albeit briefly. So we know that Ryan himself on his personal stuff has addressed it, but has not been addressed by the public account of SafeMoon or on any type of official forum by the official team.
One other note that I want to point out is the other 25 accounts or so. I think it was actually more than 25. You know about that, Tim?
Yeah, I saw that there was a list of accounts that were turned off. Now, I don't know what that was because I was busy working on my film today. I just saw the tweet from SafeMoon Warrior.
Someone
speculation.
Someone catch me up. Let's just say I don't know what's going on. What's the 25 accounts?
So from the understanding I've been finding, at least on my research, is that it's all speculation at the moment. People are probably suspecting that it's blacklisted accounts. It's people that have done like scams and been already pointed out to the SafeMoon team, hey, these people did this kind of stuff. So not only are they blacklisted from doing trading, but those same accounts wouldn't be receiving reflectionary rewards, which would make sense to me if you're going to be just totally locking down an account to just remove those functions as well.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Yeah. I mean, someone was tweeting at me and DMing me the other night. It was like one of those moments where it was like, call John, they're like, hey, there's something going funky on with the wallet. There's some sort of breach. Just so you know, if someone's tweeting that out or sending you DMs and stuff, no reason to panic. Just go to Discord and then just say, hey, this is what's being said, and they'll look into it in case someone starts saying something out on a space, or if someone starts DMing you, just go there and then they'll get it to the core team if there is an issue and get that resolved. But I just wanted to bring that up too, because I got that last night. People were DMing me saying, hey, there was an issue with the wallet, and I didn't hear anything about it, but I did go to Discord to see, and no one was talking about it after I brought it up, so we're all good there. AVAX and Polygon in the works for the cross-chain router. That's something really excited me, because this is one of the two projects. These are both of these projects we brought up in the last show when we asked what projects we wanted to see after Ethereum and BSC in the cross-chain router. So that's awesome to hear. I think John did say they were going to be focusing on Polygon first and then onto AVAX, but I think that's going to be huge. But after these get implemented, what chain would you like to see after that, and why? And we're going to start off with Generation Crypto. What chain would you like to see added after AVAX and Polygon, and why would you?
I'd like to see Algorand or Phantom, one of those two. I like Phantom because of the low fees, the extremely low fees. It makes Binance Smart Chain look like it has high fees. And there's a lot of great developing projects in DeFi on that chain right now. A lot of things in development there. And I like Algorand as well. They're one of the top dog coins out there right now, one of the blue chips. And they've got a really, really good development team. They've got a solid head on their shoulders. They're built. I've recognized that the projects that are on the Algorand chain are very serious. There's not they're not meme. They're not. These are like, people coming in from real estate, people coming in from stocks, and they're here to mean business and business only. It doesn't have the same culture as like kind of the meme DeFi that we kind of tend to enjoy and love. So it would be kind of cool to see that institutional money, kind of institutional seriousness also come to SafeMoon and be plugged into that system as well.
Yeah, and I noticed other people are saying they want Algorand too. There's a lot of Algorand in the comments. I would like to see Algorand in there as well. How about you, RJ? I think you're a Phantom boy. I think you like the Phantom network. I would guess that you're going to say that you want to see the Phantom chain on there next. What would you say, RJ?
Absolutely. I love Phantom. I really, really dig Phantom. My one gripe, right, if I were to be critical of Phantom, is if you've done any projects or tried to purchase any FTM, native FTM, because if this is a fun fact, if you try to purchase Phantom on crypto.com, you're going to get Ethereum ERC Phantom, and you're going to get slapped with Ethereum fees. So if you try to purchase native Phantom, even KuCoin has had issues. You'll run into liquidity issues. They're having a lot of liquidity issues. My friend and I had thousands of Phantom sitting in KuCoin, and as we went to withdraw it, because I personally like using KuCoin to swap certain things, they couldn't do it. There was no liquidity. So they have to solve that issue. But like Generation said, the speed and the fees is really, really unreal over there. And the how should I call it? The culture in Phantom is quite different also. I think there's a crypto white paper video on the explanation of the Phantom chain and how it works. I really think people should check them out. I love Phantom.
It sounds like it's difficult to get in, based on what you're saying. It's difficult to get into Phantom, is it not? Based on what you're saying right now. So if they added this in, it would make it a lot easier.
No. So Phantom has native FTM liquidity issues sometimes when there's a lot of traffic, and that's what not to branch out too far into this, but that's what Tomb Finance is meant to possibly solve. Is that's why they're pegged. Tomb is pegged to Phantom.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah,
so that way, if Phantom has liquidity issues, Tomb can kick in and step in and say, "Hey, we're here to solve that issue." But yeah, I don't know how, if SafeMoon, let's say SafeMoon bridges over to Phantom, then they would have Phantom over there. Yeah, I don't think it should cause an issue.
Cool.
TBH.
How about you, Crypto Atlas? What would you like to see as the next chain? I mean, everyone in the comments is just blowing up Algorand. A lot of people want Algorand, and yeah, look at yeah. I mean, I like Algorand too. How about you, Crypto Atlas? What do you want to see as the next chain?
We got to get Bitcoin on there. I just keep going back to this.
There you go.
I mean, they need to get Bitcoin on there before they get Avalanche or Polygon. Realistically, in my opinion, they should make that priority number one. If it's not going to be Bitcoin first and then these ones come out, then do Bitcoin after. If I have an alternative to that, just to be different, I'm going to say Cardano.
Okay. I love Cardano.
Yeah, Cardano. I actually thought that they were going to come out and say that would be the next one based on what everyone's saying. I don't know if you guys seen the pizza of Charles Haskins not liking, is it Haskins or Haskins' son, not liking pineapple pizza. And they're asking me if that means if SafeMoon's working with Cardano just because someone doesn't like pizza just like the other person doesn't like pizza. I'm not sure if that's the case, but yeah, now we're getting more people with ADA in there, so people agree with that. We're also getting Bitcoin in the comments, so these are all really good chains. Yeah, I would like to see Algorand and Bitcoin as well. I think Bitcoin would be a big one. Because then they could swap over Bitcoin in the BSC and then purchase and swap for SafeMoon. So
Tim, did you say you don't own any Bitcoin?
I don't own. I did own Bitcoin at one point, and then I got Ethereum with it.
He sold it for a horse.
Yeah.
What?
I'm sorry. Bitcoin, I feel like is old technology, and it uses a lot of electricity. So it's one of those things is I feel like it's the OG of digital currency. It's the OG of cryptocurrency, right? It's like what started it all. But I don't think it's in my personal opinion, I think it's like, they made the Ford Model T. Yeah, that was cool. It was the first car, but it didn't have airbags, didn't have a collapsible steering column, didn't have a breakaway windshield. Like it was a death trap. So it wasn't the best design thing, but it was the first design thing. Yeah, it had a lot of features to it. But I'm going to say that, I don't own Bitcoin because I feel like it's too environmentally unfriendly. And I don't think it's going to be catching on for how long it takes to do stuff and how much power it uses. But that's just my opinion.
Do you mind if I push back on that just really fast?
I was going to say,
I can't let that slide. I just can't let that slide. So that is one of the biggest talking points by a lot of anti-crypto people.
I'm not anti-crypto, and I'm not.
I know you're not. But I just have to address it because the amount. If we went everybody over, like let's just say we completely got rid of all fiat currency, went over to Bitcoin, the amount of energy that Bitcoin takes would still be a fraction of what the current fiat system uses. Bitcoin uses a very small sliver of what the current banking systems use in order to run and function properly. So when people try to make that comparison, yeah, it does take a lot of energy, and people say, well, it takes more energy than this like entire country, which is usually obviously like a very small country that they're usually comparing it to. And it's true, it does take more energy than that. But when you factor it in against the other actual things it's trying to replace, it's minuscule in comparison. I mean, if you took the entire fiat system and you compare that to countries, it would be the equivalent energy of multiple countries combined, right? Because it's a mammoth of resource hog. I mean, you factor in the fact they have to actually print paper money, then you've got every single bank location that exists that takes up space, that takes up resources, that takes up electricity. Then you've got all of the other items involved in that system. It's crazy, and it takes up an outrageous amount of money and energy.
I feel like we've had this discussion, or am I starting to intertwine?
No, I feel like we have. I think maybe not on this space, but we definitely.
I don't think you told me about it. Look, hey, I mean, Bitcoin is the.
And
OG,
I don't mean to get
right?
mad at you. I'm not mad at you, Tim. But I had to make sure that was just nibbed right in the bud. Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tim, did we talk about it where we were talking about how El Salvador plans, right? This is, they haven't
Is this with
implemented
the
it yet.
volcano? To
Yeah,
power Bitcoin?
yeah.
No, I get people are finding inventive ways on how to mine Bitcoin. Yeah, I get it. And there's countries that believe in it and stuff like that. And yeah, it is the OG. I have Ethereum though.
Hey Tim,
So-
can I give you a trivia question? It's funny that you're saying Ethereum when people are doing mining with Ethereum. It's been we're waiting for 4 years now for version 2.
I know. I'm staked in version 2. So
I'm teasing you, man. So quick trivia question for you, and then I'll just kind of throw my little bits on this if you don't mind. I feel like we're all ganging up on you, but I love you, man.
It's all right. I'm slowly cutting myself underneath this plane right
Okay,
here.
first question: how many Bitcoin will ever exist?
21 million.
Oh, I'm asking Tim,
Oh.
RJ.
Sorry,
Well, we
I
answered
get
at the
so
same
fired
time.
up.
You said
Hold on a
21
second.
million.
Hey, let's
That's
get
because the
off this
exact
because
same
I
time.
have a game later where I'm going to be asking questions, and I don't want to take up too much time because RJ, your time's limited, right?
Sorry, don't worry. I'm chilling.
Okay, so you said 21 million. That's common knowledge. Now,
Right.
how much of the Bitcoin has been mined already from its inception point, percentage-wise?
I don't know. I
Take a
haven't
guess.
looked that up. I don't. 80%.
Approximately 90%.
Okay, I was off by
So
10%.
over the course of roughly the next 120 years, only 10% of that is actually left to be mined. So whatever that we're going to be using for common circulation, we're at the majority point at that point, right? So the people that are coming in, sure, they're fighting over from a mining perspective, trying to get to that last 10% production that's there. But realistically, the value that comes into play from proof of work and what a lot of the Bitcoin maxis will use as a defending point is the security of the network, the whole validation of it, right? So the more miners that come in, the bigger that hash rate is, the less likely you are to be susceptible to that 51% attack. So if you were to have worldwide adoption, at what point do you choose what crypto? One of the factors that they're going to be looking at is a time interval. How long has the actual project been out to where it has more credibility that it's not just going to collapse tomorrow? And then when you have more adoptions through various countries, like, for example, El Salvador or other countries that are now becoming more pro crypto, and they say, hey, well, our currency is falling, we need an alternative. They turn to blank, right? And the leading one that's been doing that has been Bitcoin. And I think it's because that security sort of mindset. So it does have value in its own regard. Although it may seem archaic, it does supply its necessary function.
Yeah, Tim, eat that.
Okay. You got me. Next
I'm
question.
just playing, man.
All right. I love Bitcoin. I'm going to get a Bitcoin tattoo on my knees. All right. Let's
On
go.
your knees?
Yeah.
The back of your knee.
No, the front of my knees. Both my knees are going to be Bitcoin, so someone can kneecap me when they don't like Bitcoin. All right, let's move on to the cross-chain built-in wallet app. So the cross-chain router is going to be built in the wallet app. Now, right now, the way that I see it and the way that I think of it is every cross-chain swapper or router that you want to attach to, you need to get to it by a DApp. Am I right? Or do you guys know a wallet where you can legit go in and you could do a cross-chain swap in it? Because I don't know of any, and I think this is pretty cool, and I think this is going to make it a lot easier for people to swap chains because it's one less step they have to go through. But now I know RJ, this guy here seems to know everything about everything. Is there a wallet right now that has a built-in cross-chain router so you don't have to leave the wallet itself or connect to a DApp somewhere? Because one of the issues that I see when I'm connecting to any DApp is if you mess up the address, you can screw up some transaction because there's a lot of scam projects out there. And I just think this keeps it a lot safer. Your thoughts? RJ, we'll start with you because everyone was giving you the finger.
Yeah, I don't know why. Everyone in here is just as knowledgeable as me. I will say this, not to my knowledge, at least not any of the wallets that I use. But then again, let me be upfront. When I tell you my wallets, right, they're mostly hardware wallets now on my phone. And I hope people understand why I have only Ellipal and Keystone on my phone, is because if you have a wallet right now like SafeMoon, or you have Trust Wallet, or you have MetaMask on your phone, that is a potential possibility for you to get hacked, because your private keys are stored locally on the phone. That's why I don't have any wallets other than my Keystone and my Ellipal on my phone, is because the private keys are actually stored on the actual Titan and the Keystone wallet itself. So with that being said, I don't know of any wallet currently right now that allows you to cross chain. I have to go onto the website, whether that's Spooky Swap, whether that is Elk Finance, right? And I have to connect to it either via MetaMask or Wallet Connect. So if SafeMoon will have a built-in cross-chain functionality within the SafeMoon application, that'll be super fire.
Yeah, and I believe that's what they said. So, Generation Crypto, how do you feel about that? Do you think it's going to bring on a lot more adoption to the wallet just because that feature's built into it?
Yeah, I think if they can get a lot of these different cross-chain compatible options, and then they all also able to incorporate that right into the wallet as a feature, and they make that easy to use, right? Because it would be self-destructive if it's really extremely hard to use. So as long as it's easy and it's seamless, and it's just you go in, you just connect right up, and you cross the chains, and you don't have to worry about all the other issues with having to deal with the fact that there's different fees in regards to each chain, and they just do all automatic. I can definitely see it becoming more widely used, even for people who don't even hold SafeMoon. So I definitely can see that being a potential option in the future that will bring in new volume. But I think that they're going to have to get everything kind of put into place first before we see anything like that. And of course, even with it all integrated, there's going to have to be some level of marketing and understanding that it works. Because even if there's something, a brand new shiny toy that says it does everything it's going to do, you're going to have a lot of people skeptical of, I don't know this dev team. For people who've like way out in left field who've never even heard of SafeMoon, right? Maybe they just hold Bitcoin or some other top tokens or coins. They're not going to want to just blindly go in and use something because they may not trust it. After SafeMoon starts to establish a name, after it starts to become a brand that people can trust, I 100% can see people who don't even want to touch SafeMoon coming right into the SafeMoon wallet, downloading that wallet, and then using it for those functions.
Cool. Awesome. Now, I think you thought I was going to go to you, Atlas, with this, and I am. But I'm also going to ask this attached to it. Do you think this upgrade, this cross-chain router built in the wallet app, do you think it's going to actually help the price? Because a lot of people want to see price movement in the up direction. Do you think this upgrade is also going to include swap and evolve, or do you think it's just going to be the cross-chain router? And in your opinion, just give that. And do you think it's going to help with the price? Do you think this is going to bring in more people? And you think it's going to, or you think we're going to start seeing green now?
What is that, 7, 8 questions now?
They're all kind of smashed into a circle of beautiful questions that you can answer in one small, tiny sliver.
Okay. Yes. No, I'm kidding.
Awesome.
Let me go ahead.
See
Let me go ahead and
it
explain
was?
a little bit more. So, the cross-chain functionality is something that is definitely going to be beneficial. It is something that we don't currently have. As far as my knowledge, I am not aware of other wallets that just have that naturally built into its functionality. The issue that we have at hand is what projects are currently available. The partnerships that they've been making have been primarily with brand new emerging projects that have small communities and therefore have less trading volume than primary names that are blue chips. What I would like to see in the near future is priority focus from the team from SafeMoon. This is me personally. Whatever they have planned, they've got their plans. I'm looking from the outside in. I would love it if they put the cross-chain functionality in. They look at the top 100 most popular cryptocurrencies and say, hey, how soon can we try and get these vetted in, right? Because if you're going to be doing trading, at the end of the day, you swap any of those things through the SafeMoon swap, it's going to help SafeMoon. And people obviously do support those projects, right? There is large communities. That's why they're in the top 100, is because there's lots of people that have big money that are willing to trade that. So if you are trying to help show support for building out a tool that is going to be highly sought after, then why not put a priority focus at that point on some of the biggest name projects? Sure, I get it. They are also trying to work on those elements for the SafeMoon Connect and allowing those first partners that are part of the SafeMoon swap to be involved in that ecosystem. I don't know if by them just starting to add these projects off of the top 100, that it's automatically going to make them qualified for all this business stuff or not, right? If that's the case, maybe that's why they're kind of trying to hold off, is so that SafeMoon Connect comes out. You allow this sort of user base experience, and then people are then at that point saying, hey, I love this so much, like, please add it for this. And then those communities are kind of knocking on SafeMoon's door instead of like the opposite end, right? And then their products are speaking for themselves. But if you just roll this out on its own, will it help the actual price of SafeMoon? Yes, to a degree. But the level of volume that we've been seeing as of current has been very minimal. When you combine it with Swap and Evolve, which is what you were kind of touching on to include in here, Swap and Evolve by its own design should be very, very beneficial to the future of SafeMoon moving forward. These elements combined together is just stacking it even higher to make it more likely that we have a rally going back up, that we can finally start to get back to price levels where we're celebrating as a community, when we're knocking off a zero in the correct direction, right? Not going down the opposite way. We're heading back towards previous all-time highs.
That was a very good answer. See, it wasn't too many questions at one point. I think it was a nice ball of nice questions. Do you guys want to answer this, or should we move on to the next topic? I mean, do you guys want to bring up, do you think that this is going to help the price? I'll say my piece on it. I think it's going to help the price a lot. I do think they're going to have Evolve and Swap and Evolve built into it when it comes to this. And I think we're going to start to finally see green because of it all, but that's just not financial advice. It's just my opinion. I want to get your thoughts on it, because I feel like this feature is going to bring a lot of people into this ecosystem because they're going to want to use it.
Are you talking, you think the cross chain built into the app, the wallet, is going to have price action, positive price action?
Yeah, I think it's going to help it because it's going to bring more people into the app. And there's a percentage that's taken out that adds to the SafeMoon ecosystem, which is going to put into the reflections for everyone. Or I don't know if it goes into the reflection, but it goes into the ecosystem, so it'll go into the LP, and it'll build up that LP to trigger off Swap and Evolve. Yeah. So I think that if there's a lot of trades going on in there for people that try to get between the two, I think it's going to help, especially if they add AVAX and Polygon on there as well. So yeah. I think that's going to help in my opinion. But your thought, RJ?
Yeah, I can agree. I think there will be some positive price action. I don't think it's going to be what people are wanting. I don't see a lot of people flocking to the SafeMoon wallet just to do cross-chain unless you're heavily in your mobile device 24/7. A lot of people that do DeFi, and I don't want to speak on obviously everyone, but let's say myself, if I'm doing heavy DeFi stuff and I'm cross-chaining between Phantom or AVAX or Binance, I'm on my laptop using MetaMask, going through either multi-chain or Spooky Swap, right? So unless there's just an exorbitant amount of people using their mobile devices and they're like, hey, you know what? I want to cross over to Polygon. Let me download the SafeMoon application so I can cross-chain over there. I don't know. I think it's a positive catalyst for positive price action, but not a significant amount. That's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it's going to $1 or anything, but I think it might it might help a little bit. Atlas, I saw your hand went up, unless you were just waving to a fan in the comments section.
Well, I got my fan behind me, but I'll wave to them too. So what I was thinking is, when you mentioned about your use of your phone, correct, RJ? I don't know what the plans are from a business standpoint, if they're going to create opportunities where you can go into a business in person and be able to interact somehow with your phone. But if there's instances there where, let's say, certain vendors accept only certain cryptos, you can be able to just pull it up, do the swap, and then like scan over so you can pay through that system or something. Just a random idea.
Yeah, I mean, look, totally in my perfect world, I would love for everything to move on to here. And I'm going to release like a video from Li-Shin Lu. He's the CEO of Keystone. And I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to say this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to say this.
Just say it anyway. It's going to be on YouTube. No one's going to know. You're not going to know.
He has a video from a MetaMask, someone who works in MetaMask, that they are going to be the first hardware wallet to integrate on MetaMask mobile. So that means you get to actually do DeFi on your mobile device with MetaMask and stuff like that, and not have to sign transactions on your phone, but actually use the Keystone wallet to sign the transactions and do DeFi. So what I'm trying to get at is, in the perfect world, I would love to just use this, right? And not, I talk about this to my friends all the time. Sometimes when I wake up, currently I have my Ellipal, and I will do some DeFi transactions when I wake up. I don't want to go down here to the studio and do my DeFi right off the bat. Like, I like being able to be mobile with stuff like that. So, eventually I would love things to just be mobile, but as of right now, like I said, I don't see a lot of people flocking right now to mobile apps to do cross-chain.
All right. Does anyone have any other comments that they want to say at this moment? Or you can forever hold your peace.
I'm good. Let's move on to the next thing.
All right. We're
That's
going to
what
move
I
on to
thought,
super
generation.
chat questions, which we don't have any. So we're going to move beyond that onto the
This is
warning.
to go even further beyond.
Guys, if you are here for strictly only SafeMoon stuff, I wanted to throw this warning out there. Warning, this stuff is not SafeMoon related, but it is going to be fun and educational. If you want to hang around, go right ahead. But if you are scared to hear about other things, then you could just hop off. I wanted to make sure that that was out there. First question, is it a real DeFi project? This is my little game that I started up. I'm going to see who can win this.
Where's the game music? What's the prize?
I don't have
How many
game
questions
music.
are there? Is it going to be
Hold
7
on
at
a
once?
second. I make the rules. There's going to be 10 different DeFi projects. Some are made up, some are not. I'm going to just say their name. You tell me if you think it's real or if it's fake. Okay? I will mark down if you're correct. If you're correct, you'll get 1 point. If you're wrong, you get 0 points. All right? The one with the person with the most points at the end of it, will you win? And what do you win? Absolutely nothing. Or you can win an air high five or a diamond fist from SafeMoon or Dark Moon Tim. All right, so we're going to go right here. And now we're going to go to the first one.
I've been getting a lot of nothing lately, by the way.
All right, first one is Pinky Toe. RJ, is Pinky Toe a real DeFi project? Yes or no?
It's just so troll that I feel like it is. I will say no.
So you're saying no. Okay.
Wait, so my question is, how many of these are actually DeFi? Is there only one?
There's some DeFis in here. I'm not giving you the percentage.
Okay.
Generation Crypto, Pinky Toe, is it a real project?
I sure as hell hope not.
Okay.
I feel it is. It's going to be so troll.
Atlas, is Pinky Toe a real project?
I'll just say yes so that we have a mixture going on at this specific round.
Okay. All right. Second DeFi project. So there's 10 of these. Show hand.
Oh, you're keeping score?
Yeah, I'm keeping score. All right. I'm not telling you who was right or wrong yet. I'll tell you who won at the end of the thing. Show hand. Crypto Atlas, we'll start with you. Is Show hand a real project? Yes or no? And don't look this up on your phones or anything. Let's try to play fair here.
It's called Show Hand.
Show hand.
I'm going to say no.
Okay, so you say no. Generation Crypto, Show hand. Is it real?
I'm going to say yes, only because I think it's so random you wouldn't even come up with that yourself.
Okay. And
That's a good way to think about it. Is Tim random enough to come up with that name?
And RJ, is Show hand a real project?
No.
Okay. All right. Loop Swap. RJ, we'll start with you. Is Loop Swap a real project? Yes or no?
The mind games is crazy. I will say yes.
Okay, so you're saying that, okay.
Hold on. I just want to be transparent that I feel like the crazier the names are, I feel like they're legit, and you're trying to like make the legit ones actually not exist. But I'm just gonna come out and say that.
So you're
Loop
saying
Swap, I want to say no, but I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. Okay.
I think the point of the game is you're trying to get here is that does these seem like they're legit or not? Not necessarily if I'm guessing your psychology of how you're playing this game.
Is it legit?
So I'm going to say from the name that would sound like it's a legit project.
Okay, so you think it's a legit project, okay. And Atlas, is it a legit project?
Yeah, I'll say yes.
Okay.
And when I say legit, I mean it exists, not that I think I would ever buy it.
Okay. Next one, Fire Swap. And we're going to start off with Crypto Atlas. Is Fire Swap real?
I'll say yes again.
Okay. Generation Crypto, Fire Swap.
Yeah.
Okay, and RJ Fire Swap.
Fire swap. Yes.
Okay. Mini Safe Moon Inu. RJ, is Mini Safe Moon Inu a project?
I will say yes.
Okay. Generation Crypto, Mini Safe Moon Inu. Is it
Sure.
real?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
you're
go
saying
yes.
you're saying it's real. And Crypto Atlas, Mini Safe Moon Inu.
I'm gonna say yes as well.
Okay. All right. So next project, Catboy. Crypto Atlas, is Catboy a real project?
I'll say yes again.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
No.
Generation Crypto and RJ, Catboy, is that a real DeFi project?
It just sounds like some shit you would say, Tim. So I'm gonna say no.
I'm going to tell you who won this when it's done, but I'm also going to go through and tell you what projects are real and what are not, because I feel like that's only fair.
The reason why I mean, we all cast our vote. You guys can't change this, but the reason why I said Catboy, why I think it's real, is because I believe there is a project called Cat Girl, and it's fairly popular. And so if somebody saw that and people want to be able to follow the hype on it, it's like, well, there's Cat Girl, I'm going to make Catboy.
Fair. Okay. Fart Token. Fart Token, RJ, is Fart Token real, yes or no?
Look, if there's poo coin, I will say yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one being real too.
You're saying that's real as well. And Atlas, is that real?
Unfortunately.
Fart Token.
I'm gonna say yes. It might have to do with that girl, that content creator that was selling farts in a jar, and then she went to the hospital because she did too many of those selling, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go into NFT space and sell digital farts." So maybe she made a fart token too, or something.
Okay.
That's a real thing, by the way. People can look that up.
Yeah, well, people sell bathwater, so I believe it.
That's true. Rimbit.
No.
Crypto Atlas, is Rimbit real?
What is your stream rated?
I'm just asking you, is it real?
No, I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Generation Crypto, Rimbit.
Probably, but I'm gonna go no.
Okay. And RJ, is Rimbit a real DeFi project?
Yes.
Okay.
He owns $1,000 worth of it. No.
And we'll start with this next one, Rim Job. Is that a DeFi project?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
And Crypto Atlas, is Rim Job a DeFi project?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, this is gonna be so interesting.
Dude, they got all these other sex project names. Like, obviously, somebody's gonna
Well, you
make a
got
name of
Cum
that
Rocket,
project.
and you've got all the other
Right.
stuff.
Okay. And last but not least, Skin Chain. Crypto Atlas, is Skin Chain real?
I'm gonna say, I'll say
You
yes
said-
on this one.
You said yes to the last one.
I'll say yes to this one.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
say yes to this one too.
Okay. And RJ?
I will say no.
Okay. Now let's find out
Give
who
me
the
my
winner
nothing.
is.
I want my nothing right now.
Okay, the winner is, everyone. I'm going to do a little drum roll. Generation Crypto, you are tonight's winner. Thank you so much for playing. Is it real? I'm going to go through these projects to let everyone know what projects are real and which ones are fake. Pinky Toe. Pinky Toe is not real. I made that up. It actually is just a pinky toe. It is not a real DeFi project. Show Hand, that is a legit DeFi project. There is a token called Show Hand. Loop Swap, that is a real DeFi project. So if you guys want to do Loop Swap, you could do that. Fire Swap, that is not real. That doesn't exist. I made that up, and I thought it would be real, but it's not. Mini Safe Moon Inu is actually real. I thought you guys would have. You guys all said yes to that. I thought you would not have thought that was real based on how ridiculous it is. But what do you know? It is a real actual project. Catboy, RJ, and Generation said no to this. Crypto Atlas said yes, and it is a real project. So good job. Catboy is a real project. Fart Token, all you guys said yes. Fart Token is not real, but now I think I should make it because you all already think it is real. Rimbit is a real project. So just so you know.
Name.
And Rim Job, unfortunately, is not a real DeFi project.
Excuse me, yet? It is not a real project
Not
yet?
And last but not least, Skin Chain. One more time, it is a real project. If you want to get your skin on the chain, Skin Chain does exist. So, Generation Crypto, congratulations on being tonight's victor.
How many did he get? How many did you get?
He got 6 of the 10 projects.
Okay.
So, and RJ, you came in second with 5, and Atlas, unfortunately, you scored last with 4. I probably, if I was playing, I probably would have did much worse than you guys. But good job for all the contestants tonight. Unfortunately, there can only be one winner, and we know who that is now.
Right. Well, the joke's on you, Generation, because guess what? He gave me nothing too.
Well, I'm going to give him a digital Diamond Fist.
Oh.
There you go. Diamond
Boom.
Fist. There you go. Congratulations. Okay.
I still
now
got nothing.
let's talk about upcoming projects that
That
you
was super
are-
fun, Tim. Thank you.
Oh, you like that? Oh, cool. Thanks. Upcoming projects that you are excited about. So projects that may be coming that you're excited and you can't wait until they're released, or projects that you know that are have already launched. But I would like to say whatever projects that you're the most excited about that are coming up, that you're currently not involved in, that you want to get involved with. This is sort of kind of where I'm going with this. And let's start off with Generation Crypto. Upcoming project that you're excited about.
I'm gonna say Emerald.
Oh, okay.
Emerald nodes?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of hype around that project, and so obviously hasn't released yet. It's coming coming very soon actually. So we'll see how that does. It could be a lot of hype for nothing, but I'm hoping that it ends up being a good project with all the hype that's been around it.
Interesting. All right, let's go on over to RJ. RJ, an upcoming project that you are excited about.
So Horde came out today, so I'm technically part of that already. But Krug on the chat has hit it. I am excited for Chronos nodes. It is going to be the second mover on the Chronos chain because the first mover over there was Chronodes. But Chronos nodes looks like they have a much better infrastructure set up, built. They have a really good following. And they have very, very interesting, a very interesting white paper. Just to give you guys a teaser, if you build your node, you can activate your node if you want. You can just leave it idle if you want. But if you activate it and Generation activates his node, him and I can go into battle, and I can take a chance to steal his node 50-50. Okay. And it's just very, very, very interesting.
That sounds like the who did that? That was
Wow.
oh shoot, what's the name of their project? It's on the
Axie
Sapien
Infinity?
swap. No, it was on the Sapien wallet originally. Nobility token. They do that with their NFTs. You can like battle your NFTs and slay them and stuff. So kind of interesting.
It's very interesting. I'm talking 50-50. Check out their white paper. It's very interesting. Now, like obviously,
What is it, like a coin toss? The system does it?
I think it's RNG on their side. It's random number generated on their side, 50-50. It's just like a program that runs. But it's also a way, and Krug is in the chat. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Krug. It is a way to get above the 100 out of 100. So if you're like maxed out on Chronos nodes, if I go to battle with Generation and I win, I can go to 101. But it's very interesting, and I'm very intrigued for it.
Can you do all your nodes at once? Like if you had 100 and someone else had 100, can you just battle all 100 at the same time and see who comes out with more?
I do not think so. I think it's one at a time.
Okay.
But yeah, Krug did verify. I said correct. Hijack wins allows you over the node cap. So interesting stuff. I would say to do your own due diligence, obviously, but check it out.
Guys, we have some breaking news right now. Apparently breaking wind news, actually. Rimjob Token has a new partnership. Congratulations to Fart Token.
I was so into it too. I was like, oh shoot, what's the news?
For solidifying a strategic partnership with the projects. Okay, I should probably take that down. I didn't read all that before I posted it, but I thought it was funny. Thank you for that, Antonio. That was great. All right, upcoming projects you're excited about. Atlas, you're next.
So an upcoming project that I'm excited about, Rimjob, of course. Right?
If we're making it.
Excited?
Yeah.
No? Okay. No. I've talked about alpha nodes a little bit on the previous roundtables, and I made numerous videos on it. I've been following their Medium articles. I'm still very much excited about their project. The fact that they're building out an NFT marketplace with cross-chain functionality, it's vetted-based projects. They just registered an LLC in the state of Wyoming, just to kind of go the extra mile of proving themselves as a company. The way that they present themselves in these Medium articles and identifying how they're kind of addressing some current problems that they have with either node-based projects or the NFT marketplaces themselves, it just gives me more and more confidence of what they're doing. And the price has been reflecting really well. So it's one of those projects, the price per token is so small. It reminds me of the early days of SafeMoon. You put in like $1, you get millions of these tokens, right? So I'm really looking forward to that one. There's one other project that's coming up that I thought was really cool. A lot of people haven't even heard of it yet, but I did one video on it. It was a sponsored video, but I do really like their project. It's called Hi Neighbors, they're on Twitter at Hi Neighbors. They're the neighbors. And so you actually get this virtual real estate property that you could furnish. And by adding furnishings, it actually gives you additional NFT rewards. So it's a passive income NFT project. And the resale value also goes up, and they have other plans to expand out so that you can leave your home, go and engage with other people and stuff. They have a demo already up on their website. It looks really clean. I love the lighting on it. The designs are original designs that they're building for all the furniture and the layouts of the buildings themselves and stuff. So I really think that one's cool too.
Cool.
I'll pick those two.
That they are some nice projects. An upcoming project that I'm excited about, Chronos. I like that project myself. I didn't read all the white papers yet, but I mean their Discord is going nuts, man.
Did you say Chronodes or Chronos nodes?
Chronodes.
Hey, Tim.
Chronos nodes. Sorry, I'm messing it up.
Yeah, they're two different ones.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah,
the one that
poor
has
choice
yet-
of names, by the way. I think that's terrible.
Chronodes is already released, right? But Chronos
Yes.
nodes is the one that's coming.
Correct.
Did you get whitelisted, RJ? Are you already whitelisted to get it?
I am whitelisted.
Ooh,
Yes.
look at that.
I am
So
whitelisted.
He's one of the whitelisted people. Yay!
Yeah, so I believe I keep resorting to Krug because he's very active over there. I believe the whitelisters are guaranteed $2 per token with a max of 10 nodes.
Oh, okay. How
So
many?
I can't I can't just like max out at 100 nodes if I wanted to. So they max us out at 10, I believe.
Okay. All right.
Hey, Tim. I just want to respond to Sparkles in the chat. He said Atlas is also looking forward to puberty. Yeah, that is true, man. But there's no one looking forward to me hitting puberty more than your mother. No, just kidding, man.
Burn.
Ugh.
That's a good. That's true. Your mom did tell me that she was looking forward to Atlas hitting puberty. All right. What is one thing you wish could exist but doesn't at the moment in DeFi? So what is something that you wish was already here that isn't here that you, well, if you wish hard enough, maybe it'll come. RJ, we're not going to start with you. We're going to start with Atlas.
Okay. I want to be able to go into a store and just be able to pull out my phone or a device at checkout and be able to start paying with crypto for whatever it is. If it's groceries, if I want to pay my phone bill or, like any bill, I would love it if we already at that stage where
You can in El Salvador.
Right. But we don't have that here. So worldwide adoption.
Worldwide adoption. Okay.
That would be fire.
Generation Crypto. What is one thing you wish could exist but doesn't at the moment in DeFi?
Probably rim job token because it hasn't been invented yet.
I'm actually coding it as we speak.
Oh, okay. But on a more serious note, I would just say education. I think that prior to the internet, when the internet first came out, there was just this massive lag in education of what the internet was and what it did. Because you would go talk to people back then and be like, why would I want a computer in my house? What purpose would that serve? It's just going to take up space, right? People just didn't understand the benefits that could come from owning a computer and what that could do. And now everyone had their dog owns a computer either in their pocket or has one at home, right? Or multiple. So it's the same with crypto. There's a lot of people right now that go, why do I need these digital assets? Why do I need these digital coins? It doesn't make any sense. And they don't understand how DeFi works, and they don't understand how the broader cryptocurrency market works. So I think the biggest thing that needs to come is education, both on security so people can protect themselves, they're not scammed and hurt in the process, but also so people can better understand how these projects work. Because a large reason why scams and rug pulls happen is because people don't properly understand how the space works. And if you do know how that works, then rug pulls and these other types of scams are going to be significantly less successful and therefore less common.
Interesting. RJ.
I'm going to combine my answers of Atlas and Generation.
So you want Rim Job to happen too?
Worldwide adoption for sure. That is something that I find myself really wanting more and more. I didn't think I'd be so passionate or so for a movement in my life. Honestly, I'm so over fiat and over the archaic ways of fiat currency that I just want us to adopt it in a much larger scale. We go to a restaurant. I've seen videos of people in El Salvador now. I watch videos of people how they use Bitcoin over there. It's so fire. They go to Starbucks, they show their phone, pay Bitcoin, the person shows a transaction, they're good to go. If we can do that, that'd be amazing. Tip in, we see Scott Paul doing it, right? Or Scott Paul. Yeah, he tips right that way. He sends crypto he tips his waiters and waitresses with crypto. So I want mass adoption. That's what I would love for the world to move towards. I think we're slowly getting there, right? We're headed towards the right direction. And as Generation said, I would love more education, because with further education, the less and less you'll start to see people get scammed, right? Before, I didn't even know the possibilities of what to look for in a smart contract that is capable of rugging. Now I do, right? And that comes with either experience and more education as well.
Great. I actually want, if I could speak my piece that doesn't exist, is a system that protects you if your seed phrase gets lost. So the only way that you can make a transaction is through an MFA attached to your seed phrase. So if it gets stolen, or you can't use multi-factor authentication, no one can actually use it without more security features attached to it, actually proving it is the person that owns that seed phrase. I feel like that's one of the biggest drawbacks from this particular area in DeFi, is that it is easy to lose your private key or your seed phrase, and then people could take all your stuff, even if it's not you. And I think there needs to be some way that could be solved, that there has to be some sort of authentication, making sure that the person that is doing that transfer is actually the person who owns that particular cryptocurrency. And I feel like that's one of the huge things that's going on right now, is that people are getting scammed like crazy because they're accidentally going onto these help centers and giving up their seed phrases. But if there was a better system involved with making sure that there was an MFA on it, a multi-factor authentication, then if someone were to steal it, they wouldn't be able to get through the next step to actually use it. And then maybe there'd be some sort of process where you can then change it if someone steals it. But this all or nothing system right now, if you lose one of those things, is something that I think sucks in the DeFi space, because I know a lot of people who have lost their stuff because they made a stupid mistake. But I wish they will, create something that will fix that issue, so people won't be losing their bags anymore to silly mistakes that they made because they didn't know any better. Because we've all made dumb mistakes in our lives. Maybe we drank too much and said something we shouldn't have, or but I don't want to lose everything that I own because I accidentally flashed my seed phrase. And you don't need to authenticate who you actually are. You just need that code and that's it. So, and also added to that, your MFA allows you to recover a seed phrase if you lose it. I think that would also be something as super cool as well. So hopefully they could exist something like that into existence, and that would make DeFi a lot more fun. That's all the stuff that I actually had to go over today. If you guys want, we can hang out for a little bit and go through the comments, and you guys, we could just shout out to the people in the comments and they can ask us questions. Or if you want, we could just wrap the show up, because I know, RJ, you said you had to leave, so I don't want to hold you up too much, and we could just do some closing things right now. It's completely up to you guys how you're feeling. I could probably hang out for another 15 minutes, and if you want, we can just take some questions from the audience, if you will, but it's up to you guys.
Yeah, I'm down to hang out for 15 more minutes.
All right. So we're
I
gonna
got
go.
something for you.
Oh, I'm just pulling. Oh, this is mine. I pulled the wrong comment section. I pulled my own comments.
So early on during this, when we were talking about the Naughty Knot and the name of that whole NFT series, do you guys remember Fred from Courage the Cowardly Dog? I don't know if you guys watch this. Tim, I think you said you never watched that.
I love Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yes.
Do you remember Fred?
More macaroni.
So I pulled up the poem because in that episode, it's like Eustace's or Murray. No, it's Muriel's.
Muriel.
Her brother or her nephew, something like that. And this guy is literally crazy. So it's like Naughty Knots. And so I'll just read the first part of this, but it's like, hello, new friend. My name is Fred. The words you hear are in my head. I said my name is Fred, and I've been very naughty, So I just picture like this entire Naughty Knot series with all these different combinations, but it's just Fred inside of every single one of the combinations for some stupid reason,
I love Courage the Cowardly Dog.
All right, I got a question. How did you all get into crypto? Mine's easy. I was on Robinhood and it popped up. And so I started that was my first introduction to crypto, was buying it on Robinhood. Now I know what a lot of people are saying. That's legit not crypto. You don't own the crypto. Yeah, you don't own the crypto. So that's just the way it is. That's how I first got into it. Before then I started looking into actual real crypto itself, where you can own it and trade it and stuff like that. How about you guys? How did you first get into it?
Yeah, so I was trying to sell something, and obviously I couldn't do that where my bank could track it. I was moving some units across the border, and so I needed to find a way to do that. So I found Bitcoin because it's, and then I was able to get to Monero and keep it so the feds couldn't track it. So that's how I got into it. I'm just kidding. No, but in all seriousness, when I went to college, when I was in 2016,
To Monero.
some people probably aren't going to understand what I'm talking about, but yeah, when in 2016, when I went to college, for computer science, and so everyone and their dog was talking about Bitcoin and how it was emerging in the space, and so that's how I was first introduced to it. Was actually just from peers. And then, and then I just kind of fell in love with it and just kind of slowly started learning about it over the years. Awesome. Pretty boring story, but that's the truth.
Are we really just going to brush over the fact that Generation Crypto just said that he met a talking dog that talked about Bitcoin?
That's fine.
Wait, when did I say a talking dog?
You're like, everyone and their dog was talking about Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right. So,
I mean,
we're just going to brush over that? Like,
like,
oh, that's no big deal.
Then I was like, okay, I got to buy it.
I'm going to have to jump out of this question really quick because we got a super chat, and it's a pretty nice super chat. Thank you so much, Safe Moon Oz. You're the best, man. I'm going to give you a little diamond.
He's actually a kangaroo.
He loves the seed phrase idea. Yeah, and also the ability to get authentication for loved ones after their passing. Yeah, I think that's great. I think that's actually a great idea, because that may be an issue in the upcoming future that I'd never even thought of. How about, what do you guys think about the authentication for someone that is no longer around?
There's a term for that.
I've actually heard of people talking about fail safes with stuff like that. So like if wallets are inactive over a certain period of time, usually a longer period of time, like a year or two, where there's no interaction with the wallet in any way, that the wallet would automatically send all of its contents to another wallet address. That way that wallet address could be recoverable by family members if someone was to pass away or whatever.
Now, is that a system that you have to set up, or?
No. That's been a concept that people have talked about doing. I don't know if anyone's actually ended up putting it into a project in any way. But I think it's an interesting idea. Like, think about if you lost your seed phrase for whatever reason, and you're like, crap, I'm locked out of my wallet for the next time, however long. At least you know that 2 years from then, it's going to all get moved to another wallet address of which you now have the seed phrase for. So
that's actually a pretty cool idea. I think that would work. What do you think, RJ? Do you think it's a good idea?
For sure. I'm at the current state right now, though, because we don't have that right now. I have taken insane precautions to make sure that if anything happens to me, whether I get hit by a car, I get in a car accident, that my family absolutely knows how to access my stuff. So I have my hardware wallets and my seed phrases that's in those titanium cases from like crypto tag and stuff inside of my fireproof safe in my home. Okay. Now everyone in my immediate family knows the password to get into the safe. And then in there, I have like a book of steps on how to recover my stuff. Because as we know right now, we're in this topic, there is no real way for your loved ones to access your stuff if you pass away. I mean, think of the steps that's in our head right now, and then try to tell your parents how to do that. It's crazy.
Yeah. At this point, my tokens are burned if I die.
No, man, that's a lot of wealth. That's a lot of wealth gone.
That's more of a joke, but not really.
Yeah.
RJ is trying to protect his crypto so much. He's actually 7 stories down in an underground converted nuclear power plant that's converted to apartment buildings. He's paying a year. He only visits this thing once a week for just these roundtables, but like it's all secure, man. It goes through 7 levels of security.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's a good idea. If anything happened to me, I mean, I tried explaining it to my wife, but she has no idea.
No, I mean, imagine your stuff is in SafeMoon, right? And how would they even? Do you have steps written down on how they would access that?
No, I figured she would just do one of these live shows with you guys, and she would just give out the seed phrase over, and then just tell whoever cracks it first to just send it to her via email. Because she knows nothing about this, and I told her where everything is. I also have a fire safe. I have everything written down. I don't have steps. I've never showed her how to do it. I have multiple wallets under a seed phrase in MetaMask, which at that point then you have different private keys. I don't even know how to explain that to her. They're on different networks, and it's just like, oh boy.
I highly suggest, if you guys are in crypto and DeFi, right, and you have a considerable amount in there, take the afternoon, just write down the steps, go through the steps in your head, just write it down in a notebook and shove that thing into your safe.
Then you take the safe, you go
and then you
across
put it in
border,
the 7 layers underground, like you said.
You take a kayak to an island, right? But you don't tell people which island it is, but you pick an island, and then you create a treasure map. And then you make it a fun experience, right? Like for the kids and the generation, it's like, oh, you even like put language on there like, "R, my children or my grandchildren, R, like here's where you go, R." It's just a generic map. It's like a Minecraft map, It's literally a Minecraft map. You just kind of drew lines on it, and you're hoping that they can solve the puzzle. Like you layer things on, you get those plastic sleeves you put down with a little light that shoots through. Remember back in the day when we were in school and they did all that? Now what do? They do all that crap on projectors, right? Like nice projectors too. I'm not talking about this cheap stuff, the ones that you got to roll around everywhere. This is stuff you're like, oh, we can't make it leave this room. We put a whole bunch of money down on this thing, right?
I think
mine will just get lost in a terrible boating accident. So.
I mean,
it's so morbid, generation. If I die, so does my coins. Oh, you want that boating? Mine would be lost in the boating accident.
I plan to die with no money, just dead, and I'm gone from this world, and everyone else is gonna have to deal with it.
This person says all my keys are stored in my head. Well, oh boy, that's gonna be rough if something happens.
I hope you don't get a car accident.
Well, they can't turn the car on. The keys are in their head.
This person said seed phrase in Bank Vault. Once again, I have mine in there as well, but I don't think they know what network I'm on certain projects. So I did put on certain key phrases that I have in there. This is for a certain network, whether it be Avalanche, but I don't know if they would even know how to get onto that network, because as of right now, it's not even that easy. If you download MetaMask, you have to go through steps to even get Avalanche on MetaMask, and any other network that I'm on, they're just not native to the app itself. So these are long steps that I would have to go through to explain to them how to actually get from the seed phrase to the funds, and then how to get it from, if they wanted to take it out because they don't want to deal with holding it, how to actually get it out or use it. It's just, these are great questions. It's completely nuts now that you brought that up. I don't even have any idea It's a great question. There should be some sort of authentication for loved ones, but that idea to go to a wallet, that would be cool if that wallet had the ability to swap it for fiat. Then, if the people didn't want to hold it in whatever cryptocurrency, if they didn't know how to spend it, because I feel like that would be an issue. But hopefully in the future that'll be fixed. Crypto Atlas, did you answer the question? I don't know if you did.
Kind of. I was just going to feed off the other thing, which was about the seed phrase bank vault. Like, can you imagine the show Money Heist, how boring that would be if they're not actually breaking into a real bank? They're just like, the first episode, they sit down. It's like, okay, guys, all right. It's like, all right, we got the money. That's just it. It's like a 10-minute episode. Cue the music, right?
Really good show, by the way.
It is a really good show, yeah.
Okay, Crypto Atlas.
What is it in Spanish? It's something de papel. Casa de papel, the house of paper.
I think so.
I think that's what it is.
And
yeah.
and it has a closing, right? Nothing's more upsetting than when you start a show and they cancel it.
I love that song they got in there that they always sing.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun.
Crypto Atlas, I need you to close your eyes. I have a question for you, but the answer is in the question, so you have to keep it. This is a question to you from Antonio. He says, you know why pirates are so horny? Do you know why?
Because they got wood?
And now open your eyes.
Oh.
And now
They
we
just
go.
are. Oh,
They just
okay.
are. So they just are that horny. Well, guys, I think that's all the questions we have right now. So we're going to end today's show. We're going to start off with Generation Crypto. You want to say your outs, and we'll go around the circle because it's not actually in the right order. I'll just pick the people out. You want to say your goodbyes?
Sure. Thank you guys for coming in and participating with us week after week. We know that times are a little bit dire right now with the current market and with inflation and things going on with conflict overseas and stuff. And I know it's easy to just check out and walk away, but we appreciate your guys' support to these hard times, and we're going to continue to produce content for you guys regardless of the market trends. So thank you guys for supporting us, and I had a great time tonight. Thanks.
Thank you. And before we get on to the next guys, what's a pirate's favorite letter? Does anyone know? Is it R? Yep, it's R. That's what it is. All these pirate jokes, they're getting nasty funny. All right, RJ, I don't know why I put that up there.
I knew what the question or the joke was supposed to be. I've heard that one before.
Okay,
Yeah,
RJ.
they're just dirty.
They're dirty, R. And RJ, you want to do your outsies?
Yeah, for sure, man. I love hanging out with you guys, and I love how everyone, we still have like 146 people hanging out and chilling with us, right? Participating in the chat, listening to what we say. Like Generation said, right? It's easy to check out of these things, especially because, as of right now, the market is still kind of crazy. We have crazy stuff going on overseas. I just feel blessed sometimes and thankful for being able to do this right now when others are having issues overseas right now. So thank you so much to everyone coming in, hanging out with us. I really do enjoy hanging out with these guys. They're a great group of guys. And thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for hosting, Tim.
Hey, thank you. And Crypto Atlas.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you had a good time. Hopefully you got some good information. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. The stuff I'm sharing is not financial advice. I'm very excited to see how the next week is going to be progressing for SafeMoon's launch, as well as a series of other projects. Just so you guys know, I do have a couple sponsorships that I have had recently, one of which is active right now. So if you guys want to go check out on Twitter at CryptoAtlasYT, you can enter in for one of 3 whitelist giveaways for gem nodes. So feel free to check that out. But thank you, Tim, for hosting. Thank you, everybody, for having me here.
All right, before I say my goodbyes, that changed really quick. Leon, he is in our Discord. He is number 1 on our Discord. I think is that the right Leon? I hope it is. I don't know too many other Leons. I'm putting you on the screen. He's number 1 as activity in our Discord. If you guys don't know, we have a Discord. It's called, let Generation Crypto say that. Is it financial?
Decentralized financial freedom.
Yeah, and right now Leon is in first place for being the most active on there, so I'll give him props for that because we're battling it out who could get the highest level of being active on there. But if you guys do like Discord, you have any questions, we cover a lot of different projects on there, from SafeMoon to Strong Block to all these other projects that we have on there. We all have our own rooms, so all of us in here, you can just go into our rooms and you can message us in our Discord. So it's a really cool place to hang out. If you guys don't know, it's in the description. Click it. And hopefully you guys get in there and you have a good time talking to us. You guys are the best. I love hanging out with these guys. They're really genuine, awesome people. Even if we weren't YouTubers and I met them in real life, we'd all be friends.
Hey, I got to interject before we close because I think someone's not going to sleep well tonight if we don't. We missed the joke. The favorite letter of a pirate is an R. They're claiming it's the C.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh.
So there you go, cheap seats. Now you can
Tim,
sleep
you're
well tonight.
wrong. It be the C. You son of a gun. You got me. All right, guys.
Cheap seats was probably like getting anxiety. It's like, they better know what the real answer is.
They're not going to be able to. I can't sleep tonight.
I thought it was I, matey.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm sorry I got the answer wrong. The R, it's the C. And we'll see you next Tuesday. I don't know who's hosting it yet. It'll be a roll of the die. So have a good night, everybody.